watching this right now who are confused about this decision, or upset by it. So just give me your logic, particularly on this sort of on the one hand, on the other. What is the cost you see to the constitutional order of a shutdown that isn't already being done now?
It's a dramatic cost. Here's why, Chris. Under a shutdown, it is the executive branch, in this case, Trump, Musk, Doge, and Vogt, who's head of the OMB, who we all know are authoritarians, vicious, nasty, who would have sole control over what is funded and what isn't. They get to determine what is a, quote, essential service. And they will just cut to smithereens, far greater than in the CR bill, which is a lousy bill, far greater than that, what could be funded and what couldn't. And there's no recourse. You can't go to court. This is a decision totally in the executive branch. And so it would be devastating. Why is it that Elon Musk and Donald Trump want a government shutdown? So they can take control of the government and do their vicious, horrible things. They could cut half the government.
That's what I was going to say.
They could tell employees you're not essential and never bring them back, permanently firing them. It's a disaster. And in a few weeks, if there was a shutdown, everyone would be complaining and howling. Why did they eliminate SNAP? Why did they cut so much of Medicaid? But they could do all that on their own. That's the problem. There is no check on them with a shutdown. That's not to say this CR bill is a good bill. It isn't. It didn't have any safeguards in it. But it would be much, much worse to have a shutdown. And my job, Chris, as leader, is to see things a little bit ahead down the road and see how horrible this would be and alert people to it.
So
I think we know who wanted the shutdown.
Yeah, and when the people that have SNAP and all that stuff,
so he voted in favor of the bill because he realized that the shutdown was going to hurt people.
Yes,
like I've actually seen a lot of people mad and giving him backlash for this. They're saying he's a Trump. What was the word? I called him.
People are very upset about this.
Advocate or something. I don't know.
So y'all want the government to get shut down?
I'm just confused at why people are mad at him for not voting for the government to be shut down. That's a good thing he just did.
But I don't understand the point that he made that Trump and Elon want it shut down when they're the ones who want the bill to pass so that it does not get shut down. But I'm genuinely curious as to how that point is valid.
They do a shutdown, and ultimately that might lead to very, very high taxes, because we're talking about a shutdown. We're talking about getting to work immediately on the greatest tax bill ever passed. That was the one we did. It was a renewal, and it's an addition to it. And we're going to cut people's taxes. And if we don't open, the Democrats are stopping all of these good things that we're providing. We're providing the greatest package of benefits that this country's ever provided. The biggest part of that's going to be tax cuts for the middle class and for businesses, small businesses, employers, people that hire people in jobs. And if it's shut down, it's only going to be, if there's a shutdown, it's only because of the Democrats. And they would really be taking away a lot from our country and from the people of our country.
Y'all seen how he's trying to eliminate taxes for people who make under $150K a year?
You think that'll actually happen?
I have no idea.
That would be crazy.
That'd be insane.
That would be.
You wonder the Democrats going to vote against that?
That would be interesting. That'd be interesting because then they wouldn't be able to say that Trump is only in favor of the billionaire class. They always say, oh, he wants tax cuts for rich people, but he just eliminated tax cuts for
he kind of did
majority of Americans right there.
Kind of did that on no tax, no tips, though.
Yeah, didn't they? I think that passed.
Been put into?
I think it moved to the Senate. I'm not entirely certain.
But the Democrats they didn't want that. So
let's ask Grok.
How are you for the American people if you don't want that? Something simple as that.
Them points have already been debunked. That everyone know, well, America voted, and we saw who America believes is really for the working class people and who isn't.
And we see inflation coming down. So
and the gas prices is lowest since 2021 also. And the eggs are going down. Let's complain about them eggs. They're going down. And I eat a lot of eggs.
He said on day one.
It says as of March 14th, 2025, no specific no tax on tips bill has passed the House. However, there's been discussion and confusion around this topic due to recent legislative actions. On February 25th of 2025, the House passed a budget resolution supported by Republicans and opposed by all Democrats.
How can you say you're for the American people with that?
The bill had a framework for $4.5 trillion in tax cuts and $2 trillion in spending cuts.
I would love to hear the opposing argument to that. Barack was having a lot of problems with sleep, and I remember you was telling us, he was like, I'm finna go to the doctor. And then
literally, that's what's so crazy about this, y'all.
because this is how I know God is real. Because I was literally about to go to a sleep doctor because I really struggled to sleep.
He was.
And then we actually just happened to,
Ran across Beam.
find out about Beam. And so I was okay, I'll try this first. And it has literally solved my problem. Like, I think the biggest keys here are what are the ingredients? We got the melatonin, the magnesium, and the theanine. All of those like combined, because I've heard of all these things separately, but when you combine them all, it's like you get in the bed and you feel like something's weighing you down. Like that's how you don't feel like moving. And then you wake up and
I remember you said that I felt like I sunk in the bed.
That's how I felt. Yeah, and it helps me
crazy.
relax my mind before I get to bed. So you can turn on some Cartier Family, lay down, hit the Beam, go to sleep. All right, guys. So what you want to do is go to beam.com and put in the discount code Cartier, and that's gonna get you 35% off. That's not no little discount. That is a big discount, y'all. Beam is really blessing. It's a company that has value similar to ours, and they really just want to help. So 35% off with the code Cartier. Beam.com.
What do you make of all this? Aren't they talking about the same Biden level of spending Democrats voted for in September and last December?
Well, it's shifted because now Donald Trump's the president, so that clouds even the most reasonable person's judgment. They look at everything through the prism of Donald Trump, who has the Democrats exactly where he wants them, Liz. If they shut down the government, Americans will believe it was the Democrats' fault, and then they're handing Trump the ability to decide which levers are operable again, what's essential and what's not. So he can go department by agency by program.
Avocado?
And we've seen.
I'm sorry, I was just going to pause it. But remember he did that and he was talking about Mexico if you tariff them?
Oh, yeah.
Look at it
Limes and
now, buddy.
avocados.
That's why we can't believe shit you say.
Yeah, he's a full
He
of
can go
crap.
department by agency by program. And we've seen in the last 52 days of the Trump presidency, we've seen in the last 100 days since he was elected, Liz, that the Democrats are feckless, reckless, and rudderless. And this is not a good message for them either, because I believe that where some folks on Wall Street and some folks, some of our billionaires and certainly some of our Democratic legislators are exercising petulance, most Americans are willing to exercise patience. They believe at a macro level that President Trump will bring us to a better economy. Remember, Bidenomics was as unpopular as Biden himself. There was a reason for that, Liz. People felt like the Biden-Harris government, the Democrats, Chuck Schumer right there looking ridiculous with his avocado and his beer, looking completely ridiculous. People know that those Democrats spent money we don't have on things we didn't need, and that our prices went up. High quality, high paying jobs went down, and yet there were no tariffs. It was because of man-made policies, over government spending, ridiculous programs like climate compliance in agencies and departments that have nothing to do with climate, DEI everywhere, spending all kinds of money that people know was objectionable. They think that if you price in tariffs, Tax Cut and Jobs Act being extended, let alone expanded, obviously energy, not just production independence, but dominance, and certainly a smaller federal government footprint through DOGE. Most people recognize that over time, that economy will work more for people. I think Fetterman recognizes that. He said that this will be terrible for Americans. A shutdown would hurt the wrong people. You've got Fetterman in Pennsylvania, a state Donald Trump won. You've got Mark Kelly in Arizona, a state Donald Trump won by 6 points, saying the same thing. And he's saying they're saying it to the New York, California, Illinois set. Don't shut it down.
Yeah, all they're doing again is just fear mongering with the Medicaid and with the veterans and stuff like that.
They say they're not going to slash it, so.
I mean, they still are figuring out a way to fear monger it, I guess.
They're going to spend everything. That way people can get riled up about it and they can get people in their favor for their agenda. Oh, they're trying to cut it, but they're against it. They're the good guys. They're the bad guys. That's their plan here.
Yeah, they want to spark divisiveness.
That's literally the plan.
It's crazy that nobody ever talk about all the companies that are coming to invest so much money into the United States.
Which
But
will
nobody
And the
want
result of them tariffs.
nobody want to bring that up.
They don't.
You just heard Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer saying he's going to essentially vote for cloture tomorrow, make sure that this bill can get an up or down vote and thereby pass, because Republicans will pass it, keep the government open. What is your position on this?
I'm strongly going to vote no. I think the American people are sick and tired of Elon Musk, the richest guy in the world, running around slashing Social Security, veterans programs that Republicans are moving for massive tax breaks for the rich and cutting Medicaid and nutrition, moving us to oligarchy and authoritarianism. You got to
He
draw
might be
a
the
line.
worst.
And
No,
I
he's
think
pretty
the
bad.
American people are prepared to stand with those of us who say that, you know what, we're a government of the people, by the people, for the people, not the oligarchy. And we're not going to give tax breaks to billionaires and cut food, take food away from hungry kids. You got to stand up. You got to fight back. You got to go into the streets. You got to rally the American people. I think you can win millions of people, Republicans, Democrats, independents, who really do not like the direction in which this country is.
So Bernie,
We want to take the food out of hungry kids' mouths.
In
You voted for
America.
Trump. You want to take the food out of a hungry
Yeah.
kid's mouth.
That's
This
so
is what sparks
extreme.
division.
Yeah.
Because people really believe this, and then they turn around and believe if you voted for Trump, you want to take the food out of a hungry child's mouth.
That's
You're right,
You
though.
are a horrible person.
they're thinking that because of Medicaid, though.
Medicaid don't.
But
Not
the
Medicaid,
White House
not
put out a
Medicaid.
statement. Snap.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
White
yeah.
House put out a statement. We're not going to beat the dead horse with this. We've showed the statement like 4 or 5 times.
And I feel like Trump already know the country already have high prices and everything.
He's not gonna do that.
Why would he just cut that program out and just make everything worse?
When they said they're not going to do it. And it hasn't happened. Does anyone know anyone who has lost their benefits?
No.
Well, shutting down the government, they might lose a little bit of their benefits.
Oh, so maybe we shouldn't do that. But why are y'all voting to do that? It's almost as if y'all aren't for the working class people and the hungry kids.
And I cannot urge enough how bad of an idea it is to empower and enable Donald Trump and Elon Musk in this moment. It is dangerous and it is reckless.
Well, you just talked about the strength of your leadership.
Dangerous.
Chuck Schumer just said that he's going to vote for cloture. Not only the Democrats can do it, but he's going to participate in it. Does that mean that you think he's a weak Senate leader?
I think that would be a mistake. But we have time between now and tomorrow, and I hope that individuals that are considering that reconsider it. I genuinely do. I don't think it's what New Yorkers want. I don't think it's what the country wants. This is genuinely not about Democrats or Republicans. This is about deep cuts to Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. This is about the evisceration of the federal government. This is about codifying the looting that is happening at the behest of Elon Musk in order to pay for his tax breaks for billionaires. And we have a responsibility to stand up for it. That is why people elected us, and that is our responsibility to them right now.
I mean, gosh.
So you guys are all in favor of opposing the guy that's talking about giving a tax cut to all people making less than $150,000, so they don't pay taxes at all.
I don't think the Democrats understand how much they've been exposed. Like we've seen how much you guys have spent on bullshit through Doge, and then you guys are on Twitter saying the same exact shit. That's crazy.
It's crazy that, you know, and it's crazy that they call like MAGA a cult, yet all their elected officials parrot the same talking points, and then the people who follow these officials will parrot those same points under like replies and shit. Like they say the same, oh, you're fascist. They all say fascism. That's a new word now since the election, fascism. They all call people Nazis now. That's their new favorite word since the election. They just repeat the same thing. President Musk, Elon, woo, woo, woo. They just repeat all the same stuff, yet they call MAGA a cult. I've seen people in MAGA criticize the leadership and have their own free thinking within. It's crazy. It's nonsense.
Yeah, they've been looking really bad, man. Even on social media, them trying to post on TikTok. I mean, it's been looking very bad.
But this is why people are so divided, bro. I always go back to the same point. It's the media. I need to find this video, bro. It's the funniest TikTok ever. This dude went to Disney World with a MAGA hat on, and he put a camera on it. And he like, the reactions that he was getting, you would have thought he had a swastika on his hat. You would have thought that. Wow. Like, it was equally, like, people were like, like, it was so many.
I was seeing people were saying he was lame for wearing a political hat to the.
You saw that? You saw the video I'm talking about? It was a social experiment. That's exactly what it was.
Y'all been seeing they've been blowing up Elon cars.
Yeah, they've been vandalizing Cybertrucks. I saw somebody posted on Reddit, my daughter got caught for vandalizing a Tesla. She's about to get charged. What should we do?
There's people who are like outside of the Tesla like dealerships right now with signs. I've seen videos of that.
I saw where they arrested some LGBTQ activists for like coming to a Tesla dealership with weapons.
I actually forgot about this video right here. No, this video is insane.
Like, you didn't see no extremist Republicans outside of Google when they were canceling the whole world for disagreeing with them.
But they gonna bring up J6 all the time, though.
Oh, then we can bring up BLM riots.
Oh, yeah, the fact that Obama was talking about he was going to make a Doge in 2011. Say he's going to put Joe Biden in charge.
Hey, guys. If Obama was in office right now, he'll damn near be a Republican.
Knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about. But what should be easy is getting rid of the pointless waste and stupid spending that doesn't benefit anybody. Waste we should be getting rid of, even if we didn't have a deficit.
Who does he sound like?
Sure, some of these cuts aren't that big, but no amount of waste is acceptable. Not when it's your money. Not at a time when so many Americans are already cutting back. Just as families are living within their means, government should too. Did you know the federal government pays for a website devoted to a folk music ensemble made up of forest rangers? They're called the Fiddlin' Foresters.
They was paying
I'll
for
put their
that?
music on my iPod, but I'm not paying for their website. And there are hundreds of similar sites that we should consolidate or just get rid of. By the way, you're not only paying for websites no one needs, you're paying for thousands of buildings all across the country no one uses. For the last decade, the government's owned a massive and
like
completely
Trump.
empty warehouse in the middle of Brooklyn, for example. Now, the government hadn't been able to
ain't never
sell
seen
this
this
building
video.
and others like it because of red tape and Washington politics that held things up for years. But we're finally cutting through all that and plan to get rid of
California.
these buildings in the months ahead. We need to step up our game. We need to go after every dime. We need to make government work for you. That's why, starting today, I've asked the Vice President to lead a renewed effort to hunt down misspent tax
Joe Biden.
dollars in every agency and department of this government. We're calling it the Campaign to Cut Waste, and I know Joe's the right man to lead it. Because nobody messes with Joe.
There's a new
He said nobody
standard
messes with
by
Joe.
which the government is going to function from this point on. The American people are entitled
Oh,
to
he looked like he
transparency.
lying.
Look, a lot of this depends on new, sophisticated methods, but it also, we know, depends on relentless focus on making this a priority. Focus that can't be delegated. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we're deeply committed and focused on making government function better. We're not just eliminating fraud and waste. We hope to be instilling an entire new culture that not only our administration, but every succeeding administration will in fact pursue.
Wow.
We're going to give you the government you expect and deserve.
Now hold on though.
Wow. Can I
Go
say
ahead.
something about
Yeah.
Joe
Fascists.
Biden? The fact that he was so cognitive
Yeah, he was
and
way more-
functioning,
yeah.
like
He
we
was
watched his
snappier.
mental decline in real time.
This
Look like
when
he
I'm
was
gonna
on-
pull up.
Hearing that, and then how Obama talked about the border. That's why I say Obama, other than the LGBTQ, Obama would have damn near been a Republican in today's age. That shows you how far radical the
Yeah, the
Democratic
left.
Party has went. And that's why they will never win another election until they come back a little more to the center. What do you think Obama would have said about men and women's sports?
That's a great question. I really am curious. To
They
know.
was just trying to get gay marriage, let alone men and women's sports. They would not go for that. Obama would not go for that.
But hold on though, guys. So we're worried about Elon and Donald Trump taking money, but at the end of what is it? Is my boy up there?
Yeah, he's at the bottom.
No, I know he's up there.
Obama?
No, I'm looking
At the
for
top.
Joe?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking for Joe.
Yeah, he's not on there.
Joe ain't
We
on
need
that
to
at all.
find
Joe
Joe.
ain't getting no motion, but he was too old. They stole his money. His
Yeah, we
son
need to
took
find
it.
Joe.
Gave it to his family.
I thought we was gonna have Joe up there with a lot of money after
He did it in
left.
somebody else's name.
But either way, I'm pretty sure Joe left with some money.
He did it in somebody else's name.
His son.
All
did
them,
it.
all them checks he cut to Ukraine, and we already
Right.
knew that they were corrupted with Ukraine. I know he left with some.
So a
got some
man
some pennies,
Offshore accounts, man.
that served a full term
some change.
lost money, and Barack Obama gained money. So we're worried about a man that lost money during his first term.
69.7 million.
You think half of that is off the book?
68.7.
I'm just that's
Well,
crazy right
and
there.
on top
man.
of that, Trump had all these businesses already going.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he lost money, a businessman, that shows that he really, I think he did this for the best interest of America.
Man,
I'm sorry.
Obama got paid. Bill Clinton, is it 241 mil?
Yes.
Damn.
And imagine, and this is
we
all
worry about Trump though.
Like, think about Bill Clinton. Okay, 1 million today versus 1 million when Bill Clinton was in office
It's all
is not
shit.
the same thing.
Yeah.
So the fact that he got 240 and no one else even touched near that, no, Bill Clinton need a little more. We need to get on his ass a little
I
more.
bet Bill Clinton is the reason that them Epstein files ain't coming out.
He got that money to pay for it.
we worry about the
Bro,
man that
Bill
didn't-
got a bag. Him and his wife led that money to Haiti, and they built like 4 homes with the billions of dollars they took.
Yeah, Haiti's messed up right
he
now,
probably,
bro.
They probably hate Bill Clinton over
They
there.
hate America.
It's like, and guess what? Elon losing money now too, cause all his sites they vandalizing them. He losing money.
His Tesla
He is.
stock is
So
down as well.
Donald Trump lost
getting
money.
death threats
Elon lost money. Their family's in jeopardy.
But they're doing this all for money.
But they're doing this all for money. You feel me? But these people gained money. You can't make this shit up.
You really can't.
You can't make this shit up.
You can't.
This shit is insane, guys. I'm actually tired of it. We're out of here, though, guys. Let us know what y'all think.